7:40. You're listening to Asia First Weekend Edition this Saturday morning with me, Justine Moss. A very good morning to you. Now, the TENCEL Art of Shoes Design Competition is a biennial competition which has been held since 2013. It aims to empower and nurture local creative talents who are seeking to launch their careers in the local footwear industry. It also aims to elevate public awareness and interest in the fashion and design industry. Well, last month it announced the lineup of participants who have advanced to the final stages of the competition, and the grand finale will be held on the 28th of January. Well, to share more, Nicholas Tan, he's Chief Strategy Officer at the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Centre, and also Dayan Leng, one of the finalists of this TENCEL Art of Shoes Design Competition. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, welcome.
So good to have you get up early on a Saturday and talk to me about this very exciting competition. Before we get on to your designs, Dayan, and finding out a little bit more about the actual grand finale, Nicholas, let's just start off with you. Talk about the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Centre and the programs and your role in the centre.
So the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Center, which is otherwise known as TFTC, we have over 136 programs in the industry, and all the programs are tailored to get you started on various segments in the fashion industry. So the key aspect of our courses is also that they are actually endorsed by the industry, so we strive to maintain quite a high quality and rigor in the programs. So a few of our segments include like apparel design, product development, footwear design, product development, and bags design, product development, for example.
It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. And you, the classes or the facilities with the number of people in them, is it quite small? I mean, is it say classes of 20 or less than that?
So usually we hold classes they're less than 20, also because of the safe distancing measures. Mm-hmm. So right now class size is around 12. 14. Yeah.
Oh, that's a very nice size, actually, isn't it? Especially if you've got you need lots of room, right, to sort of design and get the designs up and running. Just before I ask Dayan a question about his journey in the fashion industry, talk about yours, Nicholas, because you've had some experience in the fashion industry, haven't you?
Well, before I joined TFTC, I had a passion in crafting, so I started a bespoke leather goods business when I was doing my national service. And then when I started my university at NUS, I started a pre-owned luxury goods trading business. So we mainly dealt in like watches or even bags. So I haven't really dabbled in areas such as apparel, but I would say that these goods were kind of related to fashion.
Fantastic. Very entrepreneurial of you. Dayan, good morning and congratulations on being one of the 11 finalists. This is very, very exciting. Before we talk about your design, Dayan, just give us a snapshot of your journey in design and who or what inspired you.
Snapshot of my... well, I grew up similar, tinkering with a bunch of devices and mechanical things. My dad is a engineer. Mm-hmm. So he'll bring back these little machine parts and whatnot for me to play around with. Then of course any kid grows up with the Legos and those kind of constructive toys. So I've sort of really gravitated towards that. And then I went to LaSalle to study graphic design. Mm-hmm. And from there I sort of opened my eyes to the process of designing and the way things work and how things are visually and functionally attractive and that sort of thing.
Fantastic. You say that you dabbled in Lego. I mean, I dabbled in Lego, but I bet your designs are a lot better than mine.
No, sure. There's value in everyone's creativity.
Oh, very, very, very gracious of you. Now, Dayan, this is a sneaker competition. I know you have a love for sneakers because I've read your bio. Tell us more about your love for sneakers.
Design, sneakers has been with me for ages, since I was actually sort of started realizing how cool sneakers were from cartoons and anime. Mm-hmm. It's this old anime called Slam Dunk, and they would wear these Jordans and all these bizarre things. And some of them don't even actually exist. They're just what the artist sort of thought would be a cool shoe. Mm-hmm. And even now I still look at like cartoons and like these shoes don't exist, and I would like to see them in real life and that kind of thing. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. And then also, alternate to that is I used to be a skateboarder, so I always like have an affinity for cooler shoes. And now, like skateboarding shoes are really popular now.
They are indeed. You're probably ahead of your time. And sneaker restoration as well. You got skills in that.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that actually sort of branched off from skateboarding. It's because you would destroy a lot of your shoes, just like sandpaper on the skateboard. So that would always have a abrasive effect on shoes, and you'll get giant holes and whatnot. So I started fixing shoes from there because my dad was like, "I'm not buying you anymore." I said, "Go figure it out, buddy." And one thing led to another, and I'm fixing shoes as a...
That's very enterprising of you, Dayan, seriously. Well, Nicholas, let's just get back to the competition. Give us an overview of the TENCEL Art of Shoes Design Competition, how long it's been going for, and how many entered this year's competition?
So the competition was actually held from April to October 2020, and to date we actually trained over 160 participants, which for us is quite a good result because this was, part of the competition was held during that circuit breaker, the training. So, and we usually do a footwear-related competition every 2 years. So last year was the time we did one of them.
Okay, fantastic. And the finalists have been announced, and Dayan, of course, is one of them for the 28th January grand finale. Talk a little bit more about the standard of these finalists.
So the finalists, or rather the participants, actually go through a draw digital images course that we do. They actually get to design their own shoes using AI and Photoshop. And throughout the finalists actually also get to liaise with prototypists to articulate the specifications of their shoe design. And for this competition, we actually had quite a big variance in the background of trainees. So some have had previous design experience, some have not. But the objective of our course to ensure that even the new students can actually acquire this skill in accordance with industry standard. And also, I think I've seen some of the designs, and I must say they are really nice.
I bet they. And using AI, gosh, gone are the days of just getting a big piece of paper out and drawing, right? It's all on the screen now. Well, maybe not all of it, but some of it is as well. Dayan, share with us a little bit about your design that got you into the finals of the competition.
My design was more or less inspired by Marina Bay Sands and the Art Science Museum. Yeah, because I always thought it was, it's a new addition to the skyline or the bay line of Singapore, and I thought it's quite iconic. So I just thought of incorporating the structures and the silhouette into my design. And then I quite like that the Art Science Museum, it looks like a lotus, but really to me it looks like a baseball glove. I just really like this bizarre, like angular curves and it's very. I gravitated towards that a lot. I just incorporated that into the silhouette of my design.
Because it really is, it is a beautiful structure, as you say, and it's it's right on the horizon there. We can see it in so many different areas of Singapore. So, Nicholas, just talk about the judges. I know that there's some quite high-profile judges this year, aren't there?
Yeah. So for every competition that we do, our judges are always from the industry. So this year, for the TENCEL Art of Shoes design competition, one of our judges is Burgett from Lensing, who is the head of global business development functional wear. We have two judges from Charles & Keith, one of our partners, one which is Freddie Stevens, she's the design director for Charles & Keith. We have Michelle, who is the fashion coach manager at Charles & Keith. And also we work with one of our very long-time partners, Asutoria, who has a school in Italy. Francesca from Asutoria has been a prototyping instructor for a long time, and she has been training our students in 2017. And finally, we have our trainer, who is Thomas Tan, who is a senior design consultant. He has worked in companies such as Calvin Klein and Flora as a designer, and he's one of our best trainers, I would say, in TEPTC.
Fantastic, gosh, and there's there's very attractive prizes. I went on the website and had a look. Share with us what the winner and the runners-up will receive.
So the Textile and Fashion Federation has kindly sponsored a diploma for each of the three winners, worth about $7,000 per person. And Charles & Keith has also offered a 1-year work opportunity and a 2.5 months internship opportunity. Aldo has offered us a 2.5 month internship opportunity. There are also some cash prizes.
Gosh, fantastic.
Yeah, we usually also do a sponsored trip for the winner to visit MiCam, which is in Milan, one of the biggest footwear shows in the world. But unfortunately, it depends on the situation in the later months. Yeah.
But very, very attractive prizes for the winners and the runners-up. And Dayan, just talk about, because your MBS design, how long did it take you to conceptualize but also design those sneakers?
It took about a week. I count them in number of sketches. So it was probably about 50 plus sketches.
Right.
I just sketched out what I'd like to see in a sneaker based on the design brief and what sort of keywords came to me from the theme of modern artistry.
Mm-hmm. Carry on. I guess when you say a sneaker, I mean, there's all different shapes, sizes. One's for women, one's for men. Ones that go halfway up your leg. So what are the important things to consider when you had to design those sneakers?
Right, that was what I was battling with those 50 sketches. I had to consider. Actually, the first thing I considered was the silhouette itself. Mm-hmm. So the actual shape of it when it's lined up on feet and with clothing and whatnot. I went with something relatively classic, I would say, and unisex as well. Beyond that, it was like functionality of the shoe, because it does incorporate some a bit bizarre shapes, but to me those shapes had to have a purpose and had to have functionality. It's not just a decorative thing, but more also like it helps tighten the shoe, or it holds the laces in place and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's very important, isn't it? Because rather than just sort of stick them up as a decorative piece, as you say, on the shelves or whatever at home, if they have some sort of functionality, it makes a big difference, I guess. And Nicholas, will we be able to buy the sneakers? The ones that are part of the competition?
Yes, definitely. So these sneakers will actually be sold on our partner e-commerce site, thelabelsg.com, which is actually an e-commerce site that focuses on the sale of Singaporean design products.
Okay, that's good to know. And Dayan, what have you enjoyed most, would you say, about this competition, about the whole? I mean, you said it took a week of those wonderful, 50 sketches to get the idea going. What have you enjoyed most about the competition?
Learning. Actually, I just love learning. It really opened my eyes to how the process of designing a sneaker is. Mm-hmm. And if you imagine big brands and whatnot, they push out sneakers every month, but it starts probably 2 years ago or something, and they look at the trends and the colors and the silhouettes, everything to the amount of effort that goes into developing one pair of sneakers is really insane. So the whole competition sort of gave me a glimpse of what that process is, and I'm thoroughly captivated. I want to be part of that.
That's so wonderful to hear. Well, I'm wearing a pair of sneakers this morning, and now I'm going to look at them in a totally different light of all the work that's gone into them.
Nice.
Any tips for those who want to enter, the design industry, I guess, and become a shoe designer, Dayan?
I think be adaptable, versatile. Not specifically this competition, but I have worked with other projects that I didn't really believe in, but I thought, I'm the one doing it, it's not anyone else, so what can I offer and what I can contribute to solving this problem or creating something, even though I don't really believe in it, but here's my take, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. And Nicholas, how about you? Any tips for those who, want to perhaps get a head start at, the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Center?
So definitely, if you're interested and you're someone that has a passion to learn more and join this industry, and you don't know where to start because it can be really quite daunting, I highly suggest you come to TEFTC for training, because we designed a multitude of courses that can help you kickstart this journey in the right way.
Fantastic. All right. And just talk about again how we can watch that competition on the January 28th, the grand finale. I should say. Talk more about how it will be held and how we can register to watch it.
So definitely you can RSVP at finale.teftc.org, and the event will actually be streamed on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. You don't even have to come out of the website because the stream will be on the website itself.
Oh, that's fantastic. So we can just log on and watch it. And Dayan, just before I let you go and Nicholas go, what's next for you?
What's next? I'm going to watch some Saturday morning cartoons.
After that? After the grand finale, what's next?
I'm actually just going to keep learning, I'm actually very interested. If I don't win, if I win, I'm really looking forward to producing my own sneaker or making my sneaker by hand from scratch. I just want to show the passion I have for sneakers, and hopefully I can translate that to the design and have people see that.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you all the very best. I'm going to make sure I tune in and, on the 28th and watch that grand finale. Wishing you all the very best with your MBS design, sneaker design. And Nicholas, thank you again, for speaking with me here on CNA 938. I've been speaking with Nicholas Tan. He's Chief Strategy Officer at the Textile and Fashion Industry Training Center, and also Dayan Leng, one of the finalists of the TENCEL Art of Shoes Design competition. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.